The mask for Funny Face looks amazing. The performances are very good, and visually it's quite appealing. But the narrative is very, very lacking. There's basically no narrative. It is absolutely all style and no substance, and that's quite unfortunate. This was released in 2020. It's written and directed by Tim Sutton, and we have a cast including Cosmo Jarvis, Dela Meskienyar, and Rhea Perlman. It's because of Perlman that I became aware of this. And when I saw the mask, I kind of thought, yeah, that looks terrifying. That looks intense. And the film itself is not intense. Well, I guess in a way it is. It's suspenseful, but it never amounts to anything. And it's basically just a guy in a mask walking around interacting with people in different ways, and there's not really anything to the story. Now, not everybody needs a narrative with film. I know there are people who are quite happy with the visual quality and they like the film for the style, even if there's no substance to the plot. There might be an audience for this, but I'd say for most people, there needs to be a decent narrative or a really interesting protagonist, and our protagonist with the mask could have been interesting. There's something there. But again, it never really amounted to anything. So I got absolutely no joy out of this at all, which is a bit of a shame because it seems like it could have been quite interesting. Masks really do scare me. I don't like people wearing masks. Basically anything that hides the face, because then it's really difficult to read them, obviously. And the design of the mask, yeah, I quite liked it. I thought it looked very good, very effective, and the performances, as I said, were very good. But unfortunately, the narrative doesn't really exist, and it's absolutely, and I've said it before, I'll say it again, it's all style and no substance. So maybe if they'd written a better narrative, it actually could have been a really good experience, because the style is very, very good. The performances are very strong. Visually, it is an appealing film. The music, really satisfying. It just doesn't have anything to offer for me. I had no emotional response apart from occasionally feeling like it was a bit suspenseful, but then it never amounted to anything. So that was just really not satisfying. So for me, I didn't think Funny Face was a good experience. If you quite like films, and again, there is an audience, if you quite like films that are more about the style, more about the art rather than the storytelling, or to an extent the character writing, then you might enjoy bits of it. But if you like a good narrative, a well-written story, then unfortunately Funny Face is not one to watch. Even for me, Rhea Perlman wasn't enough to save it, so I didn't enjoy it. A little bit let down by it. But maybe if I'd known going into it, I don't read reviews before I watch films, for the most part, because I don't want my opinions to be affected by others until I've made my own discussion. So maybe if I'd read reviews, I would have realised that actually it was a very artsy film with not a lot of narrative, and fair enough if I knew that going into it. So I can't really say I was too disappointed because I didn't really know what to expect, but I still think it has a lot of potential if they'd maybe done something a little bit different with it. So I didn't really enjoy it. There's probably an audience for it, but that audience definitely doesn't include me.